Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons. And if I recall about this level, this is actually one of the longer ones, and ones that require a lot of puzzle solving and stuff like that. It actually reminds me a little bit of a level from another game and a world from another franchise, which I will get to in a moment once I get to that point in the stage. So obviously you need the young boy, Toby, to get through the bars so he can open up the gate for Maguire. And then from here on, it's basically brother-to-brother puzzle solving. We get a nice little view of where to go next, which is the little water wheel there. Which is actually used in a very clever fashion. I will have to praise the level design of this game, specifically with this level in particular. So each boy's got to hold on to the water wheel and get off at the lower level. Nothing yet requiring the use of both of them. Yeah, thankfully the game auto-jumps for you, so you'll never really miss a jump. So that's good. I know some platforming games, if you jump just a hair of a pixel off, you're done. Alright, so here I think is the start of first of our few puzzles in this level. Let's see here. The first being this maze, which we have to take this particular bar through. Okay. So like before, when we moved their father down the hill, we need to use our activation or holding buttons, and then moving each boy separately as we hold these buttons to carry this thing through this little maze. And you kind of have to use a little bit of a common sense experience from the real world on how to manipulate a rather long object as you and another person are carrying it. Like, for example, if you were to carry a couch through a house, through some doorways and hallways and stuff, you kind of have to work with the physics here a little bit, the logistics of carrying this long thing through this maze of metal and stone and structure. Overall, it's not too busy. It's not too hard. Just to have a little patience. Now, what you do with it, you need to pretty much put a stop, put a wrench in the gears, if you will. You need to have a boy on each side to stop the gear. And that stops the water wheel from spinning, and then you can tiptoe across it. And that leads you to the next part of the stage. So puzzle 1, more or less complete. Like if the last level had only about 2 puzzles of really worth any note, this one has a lot more. I cannot see what I'm doing. Okay, this one is interesting. You need to use both boys for this particular switch, but there's 2 settings for it. So we'll go with the first right setting first. To extend that part of the bridge. Nope. And then we gotta turn it by using press back on one boy, press forward on the other, and that's how you do it. Gotta quickly itch my nose there for a second. And so now we're back at the water wheel. And now this time, we can't just go up the water wheel like before. Now, use the alley-oop, but like the previous level, there is no rope to bring down for Maguire. So Toby has to get up here and hop on the switch, which I think reverses the rotation of the water wheel, or actually, my apologies, stops the rotation just long enough so you can get up with Maguire. So very clever use of the wheel, not just once but twice in this level design. And we have some interesting water fountains here. I don't think there's anything particularly of note you can do here, except, you know, just wade through the pool and say hello to the fish. I don't know what else you can do here. There is a bench, though, if you really want to take a look at the rest of the cavern. You can see there's not really much going on that way. Trying to manipulate the camera and the two suns at the same time. Too much for my feeble mind to handle. Oh gosh. Let's maneuver the camera around first. Okay, here we go. This one's just a simple push straight ahead. And that starts the part of the level that really reminds me of another stage in another game called The Hobbit from the Lord of the Rings franchise. This reminds me of the mines of Moria. The Dwarven Kingdom. And all the nice structures and contraptions and everything that you would find in such a dwarf community. So that's very much what this level reminds me of. Okay, this is where you literally have to have the brothers separate for a certain length of time, and you have to, oh gosh, here we go. You have to have Maguire hold on to the chain. Oh gosh. Yeah. You have a limited time to work here because the chain don't stop. Woo! There we go. Okay, he's through, and now I continue to hold with Maguire on one button and move Toby with the other while I'm keeping track of Maguire. Okay, now we can get off here and the situation is now reversed. Now we have Toby hang on to the chain. There we go. Okay, now I guess we gotta redo this again. I have to say, when I first went through this part of the stage, I thought this was incredibly inventive and a great way to showcase how to use both brothers to full potential. This was fantastic, this entire puzzle sequence right here. It's not exactly timed, but just based on the flow of the puzzle, you know, of the chains and stuff as they go along the track, there is sort of like a timing element to it. That was a fun and fantastic sequence right there. Bravo. I enjoyed that part. Oh, is this the part that I'm thinking of? Yes, yes it is. I hate this part. The climbing and stuff. This got me a lot of deaths when I first played through. I remember that. Okay, whew. Wait, is it this part? I don't remember anymore. Oh no, maybe it's a little further in the level, but there's a part just like this, similar, where we have to climb up and through a whole bunch of other areas. It's very difficult. Or it could be this part right here. I don't know. And you get to see the trolls there, doing their daily mining tasks. Yep, it's this part right here. Okay, so you're going to have to hold and release, and then hold the activation grab buttons for each boy. Oh gosh. Oh god. Wow. Yeah, that part right there got me a lot of deaths. But as a reward, you get this fun little sequence as long as you have each boy hold on. You let go, then it's pretty much death, but just hold on and enjoy the ride. This looks like so much fun. Oh, we gotta keep running. Fun don't stop there. This reminds me of that one level in Donkey Kong Country Returns where you just keep running as the entire level falls apart around you. Okay, this isn't really a battle per se, but it is a puzzle boss, if you will. You basically need to release her. And then the boss puzzle comes into effect then. With that guy, that big ugly troll guy. So obviously the little boy is the only one who can get through the bars. And now you have to be very careful and not step on any of the bones to alert him. Grab the key from his butt and get back without alerting. It's a lot easier than it actually looks. And there you go. And remember, the boy is the only one who can hit these switches because he's strong enough to do it. Now, at first, when I played this game, I thought she just escaped the cage that we released her from, and then just bounced. Like, hey, where are you going? What about us? She just leaves. And we're just like, yeah, even Toby's just like, what gives? Whoops. And here's the puzzle boss. Okay, you're gonna first get up and get out of his range and plan your next move. You want to keep the older boy up here by the switch because he's the only one who's going to be able to do this. Okay, so the thing is that you need to get that big guy in the cage and then lock him in. So get in the cage, alert him, like, hey, big fatso, get over here. And he gets in the cage, and you get the heck out with the little boy. And then there it is. That's all you needed to do, is lure him into the cage. And the older female troll comes back, all being friendly, and it's like, you know what, I was actually just looking for a chain for y'all. So she wasn't leaving us behind out of disgratitude or anything. Not really sure where she got that chain, but yeah, sure. So now we gotta bring her along with us. Just like at the end of the last level where we brought the other... Here we go. So first things first, we gotta drop her off. Using both boys, pressing back on one, pressing forward on the other to make the turns, and then reversing it. Now we gotta get across ourselves. So that was a fun little excursion, right? We all make it to safety, supposedly. Oh yeah, and this troll was supposedly her mate. And we have reunited them. No wonder the other troll was friendly. He was hoping that we would save her. Aww. Oh crap. One of the mean trolls is here. We gotta get the heck out of here. Oh! And the big troll has given us a clue on how to beat him. This is our second puzzle boss. As before, keep the big boy Maguire up top. And use Toby to lure the guy into smacking these chains. So you want to hang out by one of these chains and say, hey, butt face, get over here. Oh, look at that. These chains are what's holding the trapdoor in the center free. Once he starts his charge, he will not change direction for nothing. So now you have to get across and make sure he runs from where he is straight over the trapdoor and get ready with Maguire. Nope, not yet. And I was a little bit late there. I hesitated. My bad. Haha, there we go. And now we use both boys to make sure he falls. And just like that, we have basically become murderers and killed an actual live creature. So the story of these two trolls ends, and we move out and head on to the next stage of our journey to find the cure for our poor dad. So where do we go from here? She might know more than him. Thank you, kind trolls. Onward to more adventure. To some weird dream sequences in the next chapter. See y'all in the next video, everybody.